Hello and welcome to Season 3, Episode 19 of Knick of Time. The Knicks have won their first road game in the NBA Finals since 1994. This team is the team of destiny. 41 days without a loss, that ties history as well. Ruins Spurs perfection. First team to beat them in Finals Game 1. Great game by New York. That's it. I'm just kidding. I got you. Brunson injury scare. Left to locker room early. Gritted back. Now, let's hit the negatives first because I don't think it's in my notes. The negatives are the transition defense. If you're not going to play good transition defense, or at least decent transition defense, you're going to lose this series. I don't care about game 1. Jack, you don't care. If we are not going to play good transition defense, it doesn't matter. The Spurs are going to start hitting shots eventually, and Knicks should be cooked. But this isn't how the Knicks have played transition defense this playoffs, which is why I'm not like, okay, the Spurs are going to start hitting shots and Knicks should be cooked. That is not what I'm thinking of. Because the Knicks have played great transition defense the whole entire playoffs. They just didn't play good transition defense. They got killed, and they got killed in the paint. So those turn into threes. Knicks have a problem. But the Knicks can button up in transition defense. We have seen it. They just need to button that up a little bit more. They got the win here. But still, and playing defense without fouling, need to do that better. Need to. Even though Cat can really get in that crazy foul trouble, but man, this team needs to play better without fouling. Move your feet. Come on. Like, these guys, these guards do not have handles that will make you reach in. Like, you cannot, like, you're not guarding Jalen Brunson. You're not guarding Stephen. You're not guarding Kyrie. Stephen Curry's more like he'll run around and shoot a three, but you're not guarding Kyrie. This is Stephon Castle, who's good. And Dylan Harper, who's played great, but he's a good player. There should be no reason you're reaching in. Play defense with your hands. Use your body. If you're OG Anunoby, use your frame. Yeah, use your, like, if they're going to hit shots, they're going to hit shots. We shake their hand. But you cannot be putting yourself, because these all 5 players in the Knicks starting lineup are valuable in their own way. But you can't let them get into foul trouble. That is a credit because they are how valuable they are. You wouldn't want if you're the Sixers to, let's just do an example. You wouldn't want if you're a Bucks and they're back in the playoffs. You wouldn't want Giannis to get in foul trouble. You wouldn't want, Dame to get in, let's just say it's the Giannis Middleton. You wouldn't want Middleton to get in foul trouble. You wouldn't want Drew Holiday to get in foul trouble. So the Knicks they have 5 players. Those 5 starters, you just want them to play with their hands like that or hands up. Just do not be reaching in on the Spurs team because they're good enough guards to take advantage of you, but they're not good enough guards for you to have to reach in. That's my kind of take on that. 14-point deficit. Man, a lot of people thought the Knicks were over. This whole great run was over. Not like the whole thing, but like the great run of winning all these games in a row is over. But man, this team shows grit. I think there's a thing about the Knicks that have gotten overshadowed. You're like, Jack, what has gotten overshadowed with this winning streak? Their grit. They have won so many games by just shooting the ball well and their X's and O's by Mike Brown running good offense that we have forgot about the grit of this team. We forgot about how battle tested they are. I know the word thrown around battle tested has been in the favor of the Spurs, but look, the Knicks are as battle tested, even more battle tested. So I don't understand. Yes, you might be thinking, the Spurs went 7 with the Thunder. The Knicks got swept. Swept the last 2 rounds. Yes, I get that, but the Knicks are more battle tested. They played a 6-game series with Detroit. They play, like that first round against Philly was ridiculous a few years ago. So they played tough, gritty series. Especially even with this core last year. That win against Celtics was gritty a little bit, and then you have the gritty series with Detroit. These were gritty Knicks wins, and they can do it. Doesn't matter which coach is it. I think that you got to give a credit to Thibodeau putting that into the minds of people like Josh Hart. But there always been gritty players. So Knicks can win with grit and grind. You obviously want them to show their talent and make shots, and they did. But when it comes down to it, man, if it's grit and grind battle, I got my money on the Knicks. Not it's not like they're bad, not like they're not talented. It's just they give more grit, and they're also more talented as well. But look, the grittiness battle, I'll give the edge to the Knicks because they can come back from deficits because of their shooting, but also because they don't give up. I think it was a time possession where I don't know if it was the knee or it was the ankle where Brunson had to get out of the game. Then you put Jose Alvarado in. Knicks are down like 10. He steadies the ship. He steadies the ship enough to get it to 5. You put Brunson back in. Now you're rolling. Now you're fine. I mean, not rolling, but now you're fine. The Knicks have grittiness that they won't let games go away. They won't do it, and that's a mentality thing. That's a physicality thing, but it's more of a mentality thing. And we won't let go of the rope. It would have been easy to lose game 1 because you know what? They had a rest advantage for only 4 days. We were a little rusty. They can get their home win where they're going to run away at home. But the Knicks didn't let that happen because it's 2026 New York Knicks. They don't let that stuff happen. 11-0, finish Avalanche, choked out the Spurs. Whoa. In the last 2 minutes, it was ridiculous. Jalen Brunson, big head of snake of that. Brunson clutch takeover. We're getting at 30 points, 13 in the fourth quarter, and they were over Vassell. I mean, they was just cooking anybody. No one could stay in front of this guy. Willis Reed history, second most points by a Knick in finals debut. Cat, spatial awareness, dragged Wemby from the paint. He did. He didn't do it every time. Wemby was down there sometimes, kind of. He's always going to be down there at least 1, 2 to 3 times, kind of really, really protecting that paint. But Cat kind of forced him out of the paint, and the Knicks were able to cut off of that. And it was good basketball to see that happen. And even when he dragged him out, he was able to go past him for himself. It was good. He had one block, but Cat got past him. Like, the block was great. That's just if it was anybody else, you'd play that up and it'd be good. But he got past him. That ball got packed with Cat. He got past Wemby. It's just Cat. I mean, Wemby's ridiculous at his closing speed. Not closing speed, but his closing length. So, yeah, it is ridiculous. But his offense was questionable. Talking about Wembanyama, it was very, very, very questionable. I mean, you know, the 2 for 12 direct shooting from Cat on Wemby. It was a Cat Wemby matchup most of the game, and he went 2 for 12 in that matchup. It was great defense by Karl-Anthony Towns. If I'm going to nitpick something, I would say don't foul as much, but it was great. It was a great effort. He gave it his all every single possession. The shots that Wemby didn't make, and I remember it was I think it was the first shot of the game. That was a tough shot. Like, that's a shot that a 7-footer doesn't make. A shot that a 7'6" player makes. That was a good jumper. Now, if you're gonna live with something, you're gonna live with that. And you're gonna live with the pull up threes, and you have to live with something. And those are the shots you're gonna live with, and everything else is fair game for Cat with his strength. I know he's not the best defender in the world, but he has strength. It's gonna be hard to really go around him. It's 7-foot body. It's hard. It's hard to go around someone 7 foot. Just the height 7 foot is difficult itself. You don't even have to be good at defense. But when you put it in the fact that Karl-Anthony Towns has been a very decent defender this postseason, it makes Wemby work, and that's all the Knicks need to do is make Wemby work, and he worked. And I think the Knicks probably played better defense than I expected. Hard working on the glass. I mean, hard work on the glass. Josh Hart, 15 rebounds, plus 22, completely dominated the glass. He also had a lot of clutch rebounds, second half rebounds, 10 second half rebounds at 6'4", outworking their giants. I mean, look, Wembanyama, getting those boards was really hard for him, man. I mean, the Knicks are a lot. Even if you're 7 foot, like 5, it's hard. I mean, it's a lot of people coming at you, and a lot of crashing, and Josh Hart does a lot of that. And we'll look at Wemby at 12 boards, but, really, like, that's you can do better than that if you're Wembanyama on the boards. And Knicks put a lot of pressure on that. Last series it was Shed and Hartenstein, but Hartenstein's a great offensive rebounder, but still, Knicks put a lot more pressure on you on the boards. Dynamic clutch duo Brunson and OG outscored entire Spurs team in the fourth. OG Anunoby got going when Brunson was out, which was cool because you thought the Knicks were gonna kind of sink without Brunson, and the Spurs were playing great defense, so you thought you couldn't really afford no Brunson minutes in the fourth. I was like, dude, if you don't play Brunson the whole entire 12 minutes and his minutes look crazy, I don't care, Mike Brown. I mean, this is the NBA Finals here. But look, they sat Brunson down like they normally do, and OG really attacked him. Shamit bench sparked 13 points, saved offense during third quarter. It was good. He really saved his offense for that run where the Knicks offense just started to crater. I mean, it was really not that good. Stagnant offense. I mean, it was kind of crazy to see. I mean, you haven't really seen the Knicks offense look that like that in a long time. It's credit to the Spurs defense. Couldn't get a win, haha. But you got to give credit to the Spurs defense during that kind of third quarter. But the Knicks and Landry Shamet, it's just too many players. I feel like even if you're gonna stop them for a little bit, you have players that will just come at you in ways, and it's a lot for the Spurs defensively, and really, even you stop them for 4 minutes, you'll just get hit for the next 4 minutes. It's a lot. It is. I mean, the Spurs gave it their all defensively, but look, the Knicks have a lot of guys, just guys in general that will just step up and shoot threes and create offense. It's just, man, even if you're a great defense that the Spurs are, it's gonna be very difficult. Robinson, broken hand, gritty 13 minutes. He wore down Wemby. Look, you just gotta give credit where credit's due. He went out there, he played. He had a dunk, which was ridiculous. He kind of almost had a putback, but he hurt his. I was just gonna say that he just maybe dunked it too hard and his hand just gets shaken out. But look, I don't really care. I don't care right now if you're Mitch. You just gotta go out there and play. Look, you're gonna do what you want to do, and that's gonna be getting rebounds, and that's all you're gonna be doing. Don't need anything else. Getting rebounds and also trying to wear down Wemby. Give Wemby somebody else. You can't just throw Cat in. I know as much as we've said Cat's an average defender. You can't just throw him. But look, great minutes from Robinson. McBride, spark plug. Man, he's great. I love him. I really do. The energy defensively is different than a Shim. It's different. It's more like a Jose. Like he gives you effort, and it's. I think it's just more like he's been a Knick for long in the grand scheme of the whole entire team. He's been on the Knicks a long time compared to the rest of the team. It's fun. It's fun to watch him play, especially the NBA Finals. His release is beautiful. I mean, man, I mean, you could fall asleep to watching his highlights because it's a great release. But I know he shot 2 for 6, but he felt like he was in the right place, hit some big shots, and it was fun. Wemby, inefficient night. We kind of hit on that. Brunson, fourth quarter stats, 105 total postseason closing points. Look, the Spurs have some adjustments to make. You got to give Wemby the ball more in the paint. You got to let him touch the paint more often. You got to really, like, if he's going to take how many threes did he take? He took 9 threes. Maybe you want to cut to the 5. And maybe those other attempts from 3 would transform into paint touches, which whenever he gets in the paint, you've looked at the highlights. I look at the highlights. I mean, Knicks in regular season, but you would see once Wemby touches the paint, it's automatic. It's like 90%. And that's not an actual number that I made, but like it's just like in my mind, it's like 90%. Once Wemby touches the paint, you're kind of cooked. But the Spurs haven't really utilized that. And look, I mean, it's credit to the Knicks. They're pushing him out. They're making him take these threes, and he's making him feel himself a little bit. Where he's trying to just take some threes, finals pressure. You want to hit the big 3, especially in front of that rowdy crowd. The Spurs do a good job of getting those fans in there. They're very loud. They're passionate. They kind of resonate with them, with the Knicks fans. But Knicks fans did come in really hot that game. You could hear them. But Spurs fans, they come in, they're passionate, great franchise, so they're going to have their fans there. Julian Champagnie had a very good start of the game. It was a lot of wide open shots, and the Knicks kind of closed them out, and just a role player. Look, if you're going to put a hand up to a role player, they're going to miss. It's like Landry Shamet. Look, if you're going to start smothering Landry Shamet, Man, if you're so smothering, he might hit the shot. But you know what I mean. If you're so smothering like Jose Alvarado, if Jose Alvarado's gonna step in and hit two threes wide open, you put a hand up in his face, he's probably gonna miss. Like if you put it like if you put a really like if you put a genuine effort of putting a hand up in his face, he might miss. Like he probably will miss. So you just need to just continue to put a hand up on Champagny. He really doesn't scare me, but it's just you're leaving him open. I mean, he scares me when he's left wide open. That's the thing. Um, Harper didn't really play at the end of the game, which was something. So Mitch Johnson fixed that, man. De'Aaron Fox played like absolute ass, so that could be something that really turns his head around. Because Fox needs to be taking out the ball a little bit more and be he needs to look and be the guy that's gonna be just distributing the Wemby instead of Wemby trying to take it up, get a screen. I mean, it's great. You're 7'5" and you're taking the ball up. It's crazy to watch. But I don't need that. If you're the Spurs, that's not conducive to scoring. So I don't really care. So you just gotta give the ball to Fox, and I mean he could do it. He could take the ball upside the screen, but it's more you can score more with Wemby, getting down that court, posting up, or getting down that court, getting inside the paint. More like that, and having Fox set him up instead of Fox being a corner sitter, which is not efficient at all for your offense. Um, but yeah, that's it. Have a nice day, and let's go Knicks. We got 3 more. Not satisfied. 3 more games. I'm happy, but not satisfied. 3 more games. Let's go Knicks.